If you're into the car scene, you've probably heard about it. Cars and tacos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Eddy.
That's awesome.
Do you find yourself ever stressed running these events at all?
At first, no. I was probably stressed more about like people showing up.
I saw on your page you had like the new video announcing the date. It was like an AI video.
So when I posted it, I did not think anyone would kind of like flip over AI or anything like that.
Do you plan on having like some sort of entry fee?
That's a good question. It's been heavy on my mind because...
Welcome back to Cars and Caffeine. We're back on episode 7.
Made it past the big 5.
Yeah, dude. Time flies.
I know.
Yeah.
This is like week 9 of doing this and week like 58 of actually working with the podcast.
In our last episode shooting in this space.
In the shop.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
It is pretty sad.
But on to bigger and better things. Locked in a studio.
Finally.
It's pretty nice. We got a lot of work to do, but it's a pretty good studio, I'd say. Good starting grounds.
Yeah.
Crazy parking lot, though.
Yes.
Like 350 car parking lot.
Maybe we'll do a collaboration with somebody that we're talking to today.
Who could that be?
Anyways, make sure you follow the IG if you want to see the behind the scenes of the new studio.
Yeah.
Cars and Caffeine _
Put some stories up there. Put some behind the scene clips.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, today's guest, I messed that up already. Never mind. I'm just kidding. Today's guest, we've got a person who's been building one of the biggest car events around town without even trying to be famous on the internet. He's a BMW guy, a business guy, and he's always happy. And somehow, he turned tacos and cars into a movement. If you're into the car scene, you've probably heard about it. Cars and tacos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Eddy.
That's awesome.
How we doing?
Thank you guys for having me, man. This is really cool. Heck yeah. I'm doing great.
That's good, dude.
Heck
Yeah. Seemed like you've been involved in the car scene for quite some time now.
Yep. Love cars. I mean, just like you guys, right? Probably you love cars since you were young. And then when you go to car shows, you're like, dang, what would it be like to have my own car show? Or again, like what would it be like to participate in these car shows? And yeah, just been loving it ever since Fast and Furious. Do you guys remember 28th Street, the movie theater that used to be there? Studio 28?
Yeah.
I don't know if he
remembers. Do you remember that?
Around that time, but I remember when Fast and Furious came out and that whole parking lot was just filled up. And when you see that movie, you're just like, you either love cars or you don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's the decisioning day.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome, bro. You are officially the third guest of this pod. So appreciate you for coming in.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Taking the time to come out here. I know you're a pretty busy guy.
Yeah.
But seems like you're running some pretty big events and you have Cars and Tacos season 7?
Yeah. Sometimes you think back to it and you're kind of like, yeah, it kind of has been a few shows. If I kind of add it up, I think about 7 shows now.
Yeah.
So 2 a year, so maybe 3 one of the years, right? But
right. Yeah.
It's been a great time, man.
That's good. Tell us about it. What drove you to start doing Cars and Tacos when you first started?
I think it was just going to the car show. I remember the first car show I went to. I got the BMW M3, and I'm like, oh, I'm hype. It's completely stock. And the first one I went to was Cars and Coffee over at the over on Play Ave. No, where the trucks were.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like right down the road from here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So went there.
I think that's where I actually met you.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Yep. And that was like the first car scene event I went to, and I was just like, I didn't know anybody, and there's someone. Shout out to Justin. He has the same car I do, and he's like, hey man, what kind of car do you have? And I'm like, oh, a BMW 3. He's like, oh, I have the same one. And I was like, really? Cool. Can I look at it?
Yeah.
Mine's complete stock. And then I look at his, it's got like 800 horsepower, right? So then I'm like hooked. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is really cool. So then that happened. And then I was just like, I'm going to stay in the car scene for a little bit. Something I love. And and then one day I thought about Cars and Tacos. I was sitting on my couch just watching TV. And I had met a few people in the car community. And I was like, I have access to meat. I own a meat shop called Burt Meat Farm.
Yeah.
Right. So I have access to meat. I don't sell tacos there, but I was like, I don't have really a way to sell coffee. I don't want to do cars and coffee to like really take anyone's like
Right.
position
Exactly.
here, right?
Step on anyone's
Stepping on
toes.
anyone's toes,
Yep,
right? It's not.
yep.
I wanted to kind of do something of my own, and I was just like, well, there's not like a nighttime thing, right? And then I was just like, well, how about cars and tacos? I have access to tacos, or the ingredients for the tacos, and then if I could get a few people to join in on the idea, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Larry Sue.
Yeah. He's been here a few
435.
times.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Such a G.
Larry's a great guy. So I didn't know anyone really, right? So then I'm in part of these BMW group chats, and I threw out the idea, and I knew that some people would be like, I mean, that sounds pretty cool, but I knew if I could get a few people to join in on that idea, it'd be pretty cool. Larry knows a bunch of people in the car community, and he was one of the, shout out Larry, if you're out there, and he was one of the first people to kind of got the word out. And then, yeah, it just started to kind of blossom. It took a village, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
So this is your third year doing it, or this will be your fourth year?
This will be your fourth.
Fourth year.
Yeah.
How many shows do you think you want to do this year?
I'd love to do 2 shows.
2 shows.
One at LMCU Ballpark, which is May 31st,
Yeah.
Sunday, 5 to 8 p.m. That's when I did it there last year, I was like, oh wow,
That was
I
huge,
didn't know
dude.
that this would get this big,
Yeah.
right, and this popular, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so probably 2 shows this year.
That's awesome.
That's pretty sick. I think. I mean, the last one we saw at the ballpark, that was like really big. How many cars do you think went to that one?
I don't know. David Keller from the Audi Club, he took a drone up, and he put it up, and people were like, man, there must have been like 600 cars in.
Yeah.
But there were some spectators too. But
Yeah.
I'd probably say probably easily like 300 to 400 cars.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a lot. That's a
There
lot of
were a
cars all
lot
in
of
one
cars.
place. What was it? What was it like, kind of getting permission, or like what was it behind the scenes of working with the ballpark to allow you to have a show there?
Yeah. So, pretty much, I was just like searching, like, who would allow me to have a show. But since we kind of outgrew that big boy lot, shout out to Josh, Red Honda Civic.
He was just on here.
Yeah,
Last episode.
He was one of the blessings throughout this journey because he allowed us to have a show there at the big boy.
Yeah.
And that was just, something great for the brand. And then yeah. So what was the question again?
I just wondered, who you had to talk to, or like what the process was of getting.
So then we outgrew that. So I was like, I'm looking for a spot, and I find LMCU lets people host events. So then I went on their website, and they actually have like a page.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then you kind of submit an inquiry, and hopefully they respond.
Yep.
I reached out a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't
Persistency.
respond at first, and then I reached out again, and then I got a response, and then I finally got through to someone. I was like, I'm really serious about this, and then they're like, okay, well, cool. This is a fee. Come out and meet us. I had to let them know what my ideas were, what their expectations were. And I was like, cool, I'll meet all of that.
How excited were you when you got that final yes? Like, yes.
Super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, super excited, man. Because you're like, man, where am I going to host this event? I don't want this to die out, right? And then when you get an opportunity like that, and you're just like ecstatic, yeah.
That's pretty
sick.
cool. That's so
super
cool, yeah.
What would you say the future plans are for it? Like, I mean, LMCU Ballpark's pretty big. I don't like, do Cars and Coffee even have 600 people that go to it?
I don't think so. Possibly close, but
Yeah, like I feel like it's Cars and Coffee and Cars and Tacos right now.
yeah.
Like what's the future plans? Like, let's say
If you want to talk about
yeah,
that.
if you can.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's the thing. It's like, dang, it got big really fast, and I'm trying to fit people. I just want to see people have a great time in this big place, right? But I'd love to take it to like a different city, maybe. Let's say like Cars and Tacos, kind of like when it comes from like a design standpoint, you're like Cars and Tacos, cross out the GR and you put Detroit.
Yep. There
Right.
you go.
Cars and Tacos, you cross out GR and then you put freaking crazy thinking go Miami.
Yeah.
And I've even thought, and to be honest with you guys, you're like, you see things and you're like, what if this is crazy enough that you're just like, oh, Cars and Tacos Tokyo?
There you go.
Because
that.
like when you think big and you're kind of thinking about what would work at scale with a variety of different backgrounds, and it's like the tacos thing is kind of different, and that's kind of become like just like mainstream tacos. Like who doesn't like tacos?
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't the whole thing was just like, how can I bring people together? People love cars and people love tacos. You know, they're just like,
Can never go wrong with tacos.
it's a strong duo, man.
I like that though. Your thought process on
Yeah.
like just going even international
Yeah.
for the cars and tacos.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like if I had like an end goal for the brand, and hopefully I have the motivation and like the clarity to do it, would be to take it out to like something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, let's go out of the country. Let's pack our gear. And let's
Yeah.
go
So
Tokyo.
sick.
That would be crazy. You know?
So, do you have like an enthusiast car now? We saw you pull up in the TRD. That thing's sick.
Yeah.
I have not. I think that truck's pretty sweet. But do you have an enthusiast car still, or?
Yeah.
do?
So, yep, I have a BMW F80.
Okay.
It's a gray
What year is it?
color, 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that thing, you know, I got it bone stock, and I didn't think I was gonna mod it
Mhm.
as much as I did.
It gets addicting.
It's addicting. And then so, you know, I started going to these car shows, and I met a few people. And I remember I mentioned Justin, he has the same car I do, and he bought me my first tune as like a Christmas gift.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dope Christmas.
Yeah, it was a boot mod or boot mode, you know,
Yeah.
tune. And or no, I bought the license, but he bought me like stage 2, something like that. And I was just hooked. And yeah, that car now, I blew the motor on that car. I don't have any shame saying it. Crank hub.
Yeah. F80 things.
It was, you know, boosted. I went E85, but it didn't even go out on E85. But long story short, I put a new motor in there, and I got a carbon stage 2 motor in there with some turbos, and it's a hoot. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
It's like
How much power does it
car
make?
guys, huh?
How much power does it make?
So we dynoed it at Rapid Racing. It's pushing exactly. It pushed out 613 wheel horsepower.
Wow.
Yep, on 93 pump gas.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that
Tuned
is
by
really sick.
Is it on
F80 Paul?
Is it on flex right now?
No,
Okay.
I've kept it like that. I think flex for reliability, I'll probably have to do clutches and things.
Makes
like
sense.
that.
Is yours a manual or a DCT?
DCT. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer the DCT.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's
Well, if you ever want to sell that, let me know.
it's a riot. Yeah. I'll let
I've
you
been
know,
looking for an
man.
M3, dude.
Yep.
What would you say, like, you got the BMW and the truck now, like what's like the next thing? Like what cars you want to get next? Maybe like top 3 dream cars, and then maybe like a car that you could see next year or in 2 years.
Yeah. So this is a funny thing. Like car guys, people look at car guys like you're just dumping money into cars, but like there is a motivation behind it because you want to get that other car.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so like I really love the way that a Porsche GT3 looks. Not a Porsche GT3 RS, Porsche GT3.
Yeah.
Like
The
let's say
new
a
ones
new
or the
one.
old-
The
oh,
new
new
ones.
ones,
What
okay.
is it? The 992s?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So the front end, everything, and it looks luxurious going up to dinner, and then it's insane on a track.
Rips on
So
the track.
that's what I love about
Heck yeah.
a car.
Yeah.
Like personally, I love cars can do both. Like I can literally dress up, take it somewhere, look really nice with my wife, and then take it to the track and just
It still
rip
look
it.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But it looks good all around.
If you had to set a timestamp of like when you wanted to achieve to get that car, when would it be?
Oof. There's a lot of things to accomplish before that, but I'd say, man, if I could do that in like a 4 to 6 year time mark, probably not 4 years. I've got a lot of things to do, but 6 to 8 years, something
That's
like
a good-
that.
that's a
Nothing
good
time,
too crazy, man. You know, like there's a lot of things to do at this
Right.
at a young age before getting something like that. But who knows, right? If you're blessed with the capital to take that step, right? Who knows?
Right.
maybe a really rich guy will decide that he doesn't need one anymore and wants to give it to the cars and tacos. It's like some promotional products.
That would
Wrap
be
it all up.
crazy.
So if you have a Porsche GT3, 992.
Hook a guy up.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So do you find yourself ever stressed running these events at all?
That's a good question because at first, no. I was probably stressed more about like people showing up. And a lot of it, I didn't have high expectations at first. 'Cause I told you guys I didn't really know anyone.
Mhm.
But now that it's getting bigger, I don't want to lose the fun. And the last event that I had at the LMCU, that was the first time I felt a little stressed. And then I was just like, okay, now it takes more brain power. Now it feels like a little bit like of a job in terms of organizing and like making sure you now you have people following.
Yeah.
Right. And now you have to make them happy. just anything you do, right? People have opinions, and then you want them to have a good time. You might want to make it good.
You can't make everybody happy.
Yeah,
though.
you can't make everyone happy, but so then that aspect comes into play, right? When you go a little bit bigger, and then you have a little bit more planning to do, especially when you, rent out the ballpark, and they have expectations, right? And you
Yeah.
want everyone to just behave. So it's a little bit of added stress.
Was
right?
that something that you ran into with the last one?
Yeah. So I mean, it's hard sometimes to control, but unless you're planning correctly, right? So the last one, maybe some more of law enforcement should have been involved. We didn't know it was going to get that big, but this year, of course, they're going to be. But yeah, someone did something out in an intersection, probably like a donut. So the ballpark reached out to me, right? Because I'm the one running the show, right? So someone's got to get called out, right? So then I'm like, dang, guys, like I'm trying to put this on for you guys. There's not really, I'm selling tacos, but it's not a for-profit thing. I want you guys to have a good time, so don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Right. So
I didn't realize you're actually supplying the tacos.
yeah, so the meat shop.
Wow.
So yeah,
So talk a little bit about the meat shop. What is that, a family business, like from generation to generation, or did you start that?
Yeah. So it's my dad started it in 1998. So yeah, he moved here and he started up a meat shop, and he saw the market here was a little different. So he had some experience from New York City, moved it here.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah. A lot of Dominicans are.
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah. So so yeah, he started that meat shop, and over the years, it's just been a blessing to my family. I went to Michigan State. When I graduated, I moved out to Kansas City, worked in IT consulting, not very technical, but in consulting, and then moved back to Grand Rapids, was working for a company out in Ada, again, consulting in IT. And then 2020 hit, COVID. And then my mom's, she was at that point where if she gets sick with COVID, it's not a good thing. And, someone's got to start to help out.
Yeah.
My sister, I have a sister, she's doing her own thing. So then I joined 2020. And yeah, so then it was just people, process, technology ever since I joined. And then it was the goal for the old folks to know how to run their business without them. So
Love it. Yeah.
I'm their who, so who, not how, right? So right now I'm their who. I'm the son, but I'm just taking lead there. So
Yeah.
And that's been around for a while, yeah. And so Burt Meat Farm supplies the tacos at Cars and Tacos GR. We take pride, just like in the meat shop, we take pride in serving people quality products, just fair, we're honest. And so at the Cars and Tacos, we give people USDA choice or higher steak, chuck steak, the chicken, all fresh, natural chicken that's diced up. And then you have all the ingredients that are diced up fresh right before. So, not just the cool cars, but I also want you to have like really good taco.
Good quality.
Taco. Sounds like
Good quality.
taco.
Right? You bite into a taco, the meat's not dry. You could tell it hasn't been sitting. And it's just like, oh damn, they're actually giving me some
Those
good steak
tacos
in
are
here.
so good.
Yeah,
So good.
I'm a big taco guy. Big taco guy.
Yeah.
I love it though. Back to like when we were talking about the whole stress thing and like running the meets, you always got to remember that it's not just about motivation.
Mm-hmm.
It's about having that dedication to keep going with it too.
Right.
Because you can be unmotivated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever find yourself where you're kind of like feel unmotivated to kind of do it, or you're pretty much like you want to just keep going with it?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that that's just a personal battle. I think a lot of people in different situations or different things they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Maverick, right? Your days where your motivation isn't there to post content or to make the content or to like plan ahead.
Right.
Not procrastinating. I'm sure with the podcast and a lot of things that you do in your life, you're like, these are things I have to do, but it's going to take this amount of action. And I always say it takes like 10x more action than you think it's going to take for something to be successful.
That is a very good way to look at it. Yeah.
And so, yeah, man.
What's something people don't realize when running a big car event like that?
I think the amount of effort that goes into it. It's simple, but it takes some action, right? So it's just like you have to reach out to the ballpark, whoever it is. You have to communicate with them. You have to have your ducks in a row, because it's just like then you have an inspection for the food. You want to make sure you're following all the rules because then you're not going to let you have the event. Yeah. So it's just, a couple of those things that you have to go through.
I don't know if you knew this. I used to run Rivals Automotive, if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
And mine did not nearly get as big as yours, but like I found myself getting like pretty stressed pretty quickly, and like kinda just doing everything on my own. And I did majority of it on my own too.
Yeah.
So like I never had like that guidance of where to go and everything too. But shout out to Kung Fu Tea, like we collaborated with them as well. And
that's
everything
very
too.
cool, man. That's very cool. Yeah. So it's tedious sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to, and then the help, making sure that the taco cooks show up. Right. So like,
yeah, I see that.
You're worried about that. It's like, well, I don't want to cook these tacos today.
Right.
I'm sure that I love to just go out and like say hi to people.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Cars and Tacos that I want to make sure of. Just like any business, like when you're out there, like, have you ever gone to a car show and it might be small and you're there because you want to support, because once you started small or something and then no one says hi to you, but that the person who's putting on the event is there, social media or something.
Yeah.
But no one says hi to you. Would you want to come back?
No.
Right. So like it's important to just go the extra mile, just say like what's up to everybody. Sometimes I have like the microphone out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like talking to people.
So that might be one of the reasons why it grew so fast. If people feel so welcomed and you're making a point to like be that people guy, that might be one of the reasons why.
Yeah. I've always wanted people to feel welcomed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first one we did at the meat shop was like 14 spots. I remember just like giving out tacos for free at that event.
You sell them at this one now?
I sell them at this one.
That makes sense. Because
now I have to put money in.
You got to pay for the ballpark and you got to pay for the advertisement. That's fair.
Yeah.
So the first one I ever went to, because I know you asked me that earlier when you got here, it was actually Infinity Store. So I don't think I ever went. Yeah.
Yeah. So so first one, Burt Meat Farm, and then my great friend Mo Abu worked on Infinity, and he allowed us to go bigger there.
Yeah.
Infinity. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That one was a stepping stone too. Before the big boy lot, shout out to Mo, that was a stepping stone there at Infinity.
I love that. They when I first went there, I already knew it was gonna be big. Just seeing all the cars there already, like all my friends there, and how cool you were, how like just down to earth you were as a person as well. I already knew it was just gonna take.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I just want everyone to get along, and I love meeting people. I love kind of seeing their cars, seeing people talk about the cars. Again, like I said, seeing people have a good time. I remember the first one that I had. I was probably shooting some people a flyer in their DMs. But again, I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm cool, man. Like, here's a flyer. Like, I hope you come out. If you don't, that's cool too, man.
Yeah.
No problem." And I remember going out to some of these shows, and I'd meet some people. I remember I met Sam, White GTR.
Yep.
And man, he came out to the first one, and that GTR pulling up in that little meat shop was pretty dang cool.
Was that when you realized like it was pretty like getting pretty big, or?
I think that it was just the vibe at that one set it off. And I think the people that participated in that one like vibed out with the idea and they supported it, and they're like, "Oh, this is something new, and this is something for us. True drivers, people out there on, really high horsepower cars. They're like true car enthusiasts for the community, by the community kind of thing, right? So like, they came out. Rafa, he has a shop over on 28th Street.
Yeah,
he had a white McLaren. Yep. He brought it out. That was crazy to pull up in
actually grew
in
up
that part
with
of
Rafa.
town.
Yeah,
right. So it was like this little urban, show or meetup. And yeah, it just like took off after that.
That's so cool.
The right people supported it. Let's just say
100%.
that,
Yeah, I love seeing like the actual car enthusiasts. We have a lot of bad rep here with these past few years, but I think you're doing a really good job at bringing that back.
Dude,
oh yeah,
shining
the light
brick by brick. Yeah,
shining the light on the true car scene, because that's what it's all about. I mean, if you had the one incident where the guy does the donut or whatever, I mean, it's other than that, it's pretty tame. It seems like it's for the right reasons, and the show, I think, it's only going to go up from here. I could see like
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Little Cars and Tacos track day at Grattan. That'd be pretty sick.
I have some buddies. I have a friend named Cameron. He runs a BMW track day, and I've always thought about that. Like, what would it be like to have a Cars and Tacos at Grattan?
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be super sick. Or at the 131 motorway.
More, yeah,
You could do something there
yeah,
too.
I thought about that too.
Or
That'd be really cool.
They have the Gingerman Raceway too out in South Haven.
Yep.
That'd be really cool too. Because now that we're in a lot, and just because one of the slogans like unforgettable experience, like I'd love to find a spot that's kind of also a huge experience, like a motorsports park or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be super sick. Well, the events are only going to grow. I mean, if 600 people are at the last one, I'm sure the expectations are pretty big for this one. I would see 700, 800 cars there. I'm sure it's going to be pretty sick. It's going to be super sick.
Yeah, that's the stress part. It's like this. Noah's like, yeah, there's going to be like 700, 800 cars. It's like, dang, I don't want to let anyone down.
It sounds like you're starting to prepare more now because it sounds like you're getting more food, more cooks.
Yeah, more stands.
Yeah, how many pounds of meat does it take to feed like 600 cars?
Yeah. So last year, I think I took over about 140 pounds of steak.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then I took over about, chicken's not as popular. I think I took about 60 pounds of the chicken.
Okay.
Like half of that, that's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
how many cars can the ballpark fit?
Do you know that question?
That's a good question.
You don't know?
Yeah, but the back lot, like I was looking at it on the map, it's huge.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a different shape, but it's like,
how many people does the ballpark hold? Because that's how many parking spots there should be, if not more. He's Googling right now. He's our Google guy.
Yeah.
But that's so sick, dude. I'm so excited for Cars and Tacos this year.
Man. I appreciate it. See, that's the thing, man. It's just like, I always said it sometimes in my posts. I'm like, this is you guys, your guys' event. I'm just happy to put on a platform, or happy to have a spot for all of us to kind of come together.
And I'll say, a lot of the people, when they're building events, they're building it around their personal brand, or they're building it around like maybe to get themselves hyped up or more followers, whatever. I feel like you don't, like, I didn't know who the owner of Cars and Tacos was until, a while after. Like, it seems like you're all focused on the event, and, the people that find your page, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was kind of like a strategy too. It's just like, I've had people tell me like, dude, why don't you make a video like yourself to promote yourself? And it's like, but then that becomes a little bit about me, right? So then it's like, in order for this to keep growing, I want everyone to kind of feel like I had an impact. It's not this guy now, like, 100%. He's on these videos and he's like promoting himself. Yeah, I will get on. This is the first time I've been on, anything media wise for Car to Tacos GR. But again, like, I'm willing to support, right? So like, it's the thing.
Holy cow.
4,000.
So the ballpark, potentially, you could have 4,000 people there. That's a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars. Oh, yeah. So it sounds like, have you ever had somebody encounter you that came from out of the state for your event?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Because it's going to get there one day.
I did send the flyer out to a few people in Detroit. And I believe some people from like different cities came out.
Yeah.
Yep, to the ballpark.
That's
and I
sick.
also advertised it last year, the flyer. And I targeted the post to like just car people in Kalamazoo, Lansing, around the city. Different cities around us.
Yeah.
And hopefully some people came out, because I'm telling you, I mean, there were cars there I've never seen. And
what do you think was the coolest car at the meet? If you, or that's
so
not a
far.
choice, but like if there's one that stuck out to you.
Oh man, that's a tough.
Besides the GT3, because that's already your dream car. You can't be biased on that.
Oh, that one was a tough one. I remember this car that was coming through. There was
He's got to look for it.
Oh yeah.
No, you guys might have to help me kind of identify. That's the thing. Like, identify what this car was.
Has there been a Ferrari there yet?
Yeah, there was a Ferrari. You know what? One of the top cars, actually I have a picture of it, was this blue Lamborghini. And had some black wheels on there. Huh?
Oh, the light blue one, right?
No, it was like a dark blue. It was a beautiful blue.
It's a Technica. I've seen it. That looks so good.
Yeah. All right, so two of my favorite cars are right next to each other.
Show your camera.
So
this is the straight one.
The straight one?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's the blue Lambo. And then, okay, another look, just in case. But then this is, help me name that car.
Oh, I'm not good with old school cars.
So that car was insane.
Yeah, the audience will know.
I just love something about
I might get
refurbished old
I don't want to
school.
say what it is, but I think it's a Nova.
I think that is a Nova.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
We got 3 people here that thinks
that
what
was
it is.
crazy. The fan favorite was definitely Garage Kept Motors. That was just a blessing for them to support
Yeah.
me
Yeah,
last
that
year.
was a sick.
And my good friends Austin and Cameron like found a way to hook me up with these guys, and they
That's
were
so
so
cool.
willing to support. Grand Rapids Grand Prix.
Yeah.
You know, they were willing to support.
Yeah.
Super cool guys, and I was like, I can't believe like these guys are supporting me right now. You know, and I think that's what it is. Like, you know, just people vibing out with the idea.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Do you have any like you don't need to answer this if it doesn't make sense, but do you have any paid like sponsorships throughout this Cars and
Yep.
Tacos yet?
Yeah, I do. So these some of these guys, I considered it kind of like a special invitation, or just I would love for you guys to be a special guest kind of thing. But then again, with like the investment that I'm making, it's just like it would be nice for sponsorships, of course, with like something in return, right? So I'm shouting out your business, or I'm allowing you to have as big of a, you know, display as you want at the event.
Right.
You got some free tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have early entry, of course. So yeah.
Do you plan on having like some sort of entry fee?
Yeah. Very good question. It's been heavy on my mind because with the whole, you know, feel welcome thing, I don't want to lose that. And sometimes when you start to charge fees, and there's a big investment behind it, so you definitely have to be smart, but like, I don't want to turn people around just because like, oh dang, I don't want to pay a fee. And I think that also builds a hype too, because it takes away the uncertainty for some people. Like, is there registration? Like, is there a fee? Like, what are they trying to do? I've never been. I don't know them too much.
Yeah.
But when you have the open doors, that's I think one of the reasons why it got so big. When you opened up the doors to people and they're like, oh, no registration, no fees, but then it's pretty cool. And they're just like being kind, and we can just go buy tacos, and tacos are actually good, right? So I'm hoping that I can like go off of the sponsors and taco sales, because since the volume of the taco sales has been great. So this year I'm thinking about, again, there is a whole where, because there is no fee, you kind of think about like how much control you have, and you want to kind of like, you know, stray away from some people that you don't want at the event. But then again, as you're coming in, the way I'd like to plan it is like, when you're coming in, hopefully your car is in show car condition, because or not, the team is gonna send you over to visitor parking. Don't take it to offense. It's just like, be considerate of like, it is a show. You also want people to have a great time, and because we saw that parking spots can fill up really fast, you want the best quality that's there.
Yeah.
And sometimes not even about quality. What if I have like 20 of the same cars there?
Right.
And that could be a thing. Or like, if I see that I have 20, but that 21st car is like actually like modded out, and I'm like, yeah, of course. But if I see one that's complete stock, you know, just kindly, I'm going to say, hey, you know, I'm going to need you over to visitor parking. Or if I see something that's like not show car, whether they're pulling up in a minivan.
Yeah. It seems like last year you were doing a lot of the pointing left and right. Do you have somebody designated for that this year?
So now I'm looking to build out a good team behind that.
Okay.
You know, a little bit more organized. People flowing in through faster. Just because that was a complaint from last year. That was, you know, the highway was backing up.
Did you get any like hate from that? Like just pointing people to the visitor parking at all? Like anybody trying to like?
Yeah, but I mean, just like that. If I did registration, I'd have to tell you yes or no.
Right.
This one's just kind of like show up. I think it's kind of cool because I had some people come through the line, and it seemed like they hit up their friends. It's like, let's see if your car makes it. And that moment that your car gets told to go under the arc, you're like, oh yeah, like we're going under the arc.
Feeling.
It's a good feeling, and I don't want to like make anyone feel bad, but just like any show, you want to have good quality there. Since I'm not doing registration, I'm not charging you at the door. Like, just make sure, be mindful, make sure it's show car ready, and not even show car. If it's a race car, and the team sees that, we're gonna bring it in. It doesn't have to be clean, but we see it's a badass car.
Do you know the
best cars people in street tacos?
Right.
Around.
Exactly. Do you know the event Slammed Enough? Have you ever heard of that event?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the vibe that Cars and Tacos gives me for the future. Just a big event, just have fun, lots of merch, lots of vendors. It's just crazy how that kind of looks towards that as well. But with Slammed Enough, they charge an entry fee. Yeah. And only like the best can get in most of the time.
Yeah.
But have you ever thought of just doing like a designated entry fee area instead?
Another very good question. So, I'm planning on rolling some things out because I know that's maybe a request for some people that have a really nice car. They don't want to just park anywhere. So I'm thinking about doing an early bird entry where you get early entry, register your car, and there could be, a side of the show that is entry fee, right? Because that side of the show is like you have that sometimes. Like there's a paid section and there's a free section, right? Kind of thing.
Would you ever do like maybe a VIP section? Like, okay, now we got like Ferraris, Lambos,
Yeah.
McLarens pulling up.
Yeah.
But you should probably put these in a spot where like it's better for media, better for photography and
Exactly.
videography, and
Yep.
then people have like a spot where they just know, okay, this is the area that I gotta go.
Yep. So that's one of the things to figure out. Remember that whole like dang, does it add any stress? I keep coming back to that because you have to start thinking about these things.
Yeah.
Because you want it to.
I ain't trying to stress you out right now.
No, of course not. Of course not. But you have to start thinking about these things, and you want it to be good, and you want to, you're not going to make everyone happy,
Right.
but you also have to find the middle. And yes, I have been thinking about the VIPs, and there is going to be a VIP, and then there's going to be. I'd love for the sponsors to have like a nice exhibition, right, of the things.
Do you have any sponsors lined up?
Not yet. I'm going to start rolling that out.
Any detailing companies?
Not yet, Maverick.
We gotta hit you up.
Yeah,
we gotta do a collab
you have to
or
hit
something.
me up. I know that I saw your stuff at the auto show.
Yeah,
That was cool.
yeah.
That was cool, man. That content stuff. That's
Did you
awesome.
go to the auto show?
I did. I didn't have time, man. This is
Oh, wait,
like
never mind. I was like, how was he supposed to see it? But you also posted it online.
yeah, online. It just popped up online, which did its thing, right?
Yep.
So like popped up, and I was like, man, that's really cool. So in terms of like displays at the show, if a sponsor would come out, that would be exactly like show off your stuff. Like it's not just like a come park and chill. Like there's gonna be a crowd there,
right?
And like just park yourself like. Grand Rapids Grand Prix, like I love when kids come out. I have kids of my own that come to the show for them to see like the go-karts and stuff like that. And LMCU Ballpark opens up their go-karting and they're like, I don't know what it's called now. I think it's something about like fun time spot or something like that. But they open it up for during the show, which I think is pretty cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Super sick.
Do you we've talked a little bit about the car culture.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on the car culture? I talked about this with Josh last week when we had our episode, and he thinks the car culture is coming back slowly. And with you, with this event, I feel like you're one of the biggest pieces in the puzzles to bring back that car scene. So, what is your thoughts on the Grand Rapids car scene?
It's becoming diverse, and we're not talking about people; we're talking about cars, right? So, like. I had a conversation with one of my good friends, Cameron. He's putting on his own show this year too, a European show. If he's out there, comment on here so he can shout his own show out. But anyways, he said that it was one of the most diverse car shows he's ever been to in his life, right? And I was just like, man, that's pretty cool for you to say. And he's a pretty honest, serious guy. So it's just like, man, I appreciate that. And when I start to think about it, it's just like, man, I love the fact that like you at the Cars and Tacos, I want it to be like that. I grew up in a way where like I was friends with all kinds of people, no matter their background. And then the Cars and Tacos things, I almost felt like the energy was thrown towards it. That the brain is kind of like reflects that energy in a way because you see lowriders. You see Mopar. You see the Rough Riders. Did you guys see the Rough Riders come out?
A little bit, yeah.
You see just old school, new school, street racing,
it's literally
garage
everything.
queens.
Yeah.
You had like a literal track car
trucks, the bikes.
Yeah.
Those guys are cool as heck for coming out. They're just another great add to the show, and they support and they feel welcome there. I always say like jetpack's welcome too, just because I'm not kidding. If you have a jetpack, bring it out.
Yeah.
Like I want anything with a motor, just like guys that have the common interest, right?
Yeah.
Common ground. It's like,
I'm about to go bag a
whoever has that pumps your adrenaline and it has like that something that excites you with a motor, or whether it's electric too, it's like cool,
I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, the car culture here, man, you're seeing a lot of new things, and you're seeing people go bigger. Have you noticed that?
I have.
The builds have gotten better. It's gotten like if you start to look at builds from like Cali or like Texas, some of these areas,
Big power.
Florida,
Yep,
big
yep.
power, really nice.
Yeah.
They're going to these car shows that are like huge, and they're putting in $50,000 into their car just for the show.
I can see that.
And I think here in Michigan, the weather doesn't help us, but people are coming out.
Yeah.
And I love to see it. Yep. I love to see it.
Would you ever think about doing like, did you sell merch at the last one?
Yeah, so I have a t-shirt on today that my good friend Mo created before the show. Like I said, man, it's a village. I feel like people just want to help out, and I love it.
Yeah.
And so he created this shirt. So that's the only merch that we have right now. I have been thinking about the printing out the logo, kind of like decal you could put on your car.
Yeah, that'd be super
or like
sick.
something, stickers, the t-shirts. I'm thinking about a couple things.
I have a guy who can do it for you.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Really good price. They have their whole family's like interloop with cars and stuff too.
Yeah.
They'd hook it up.
There's some things I say cool to, like we'll but this one I want to follow up on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Extreme Graphics. They always hook it up.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. We'll have
Yeah.
to work Extreme. Yeah.
Love it. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. What is real car culture? What is that to you? Like,
to me, real car culture.
you kind of talked about it at the
culture.
beginning, like with Fast and the Furious and just that vibe. I
Yeah.
get that vibe with these events that you
Yeah,
do,
that's the vibe. Like
besides the LED lights that they have in the wide bodies.
yeah, like
cool to have here.
like how can I be like street tacos, like that whole street vibe?
Yeah.
But then again, like you do have like the street vibe, but then the just mass audience too, right? To it, so it's not just like chill, you're vibing, and there's only exotics, and there's only like it's kind of clicky,
Mm-hmm.
like it's everyone from different backgrounds. Like if you were to kind of have a video game in video games, Need for Speed or something, they have
Yeah.
sectors.
Yeah.
Like there's like, a sector from over there, they're Mopar. The sector from over there, they're like trucks. The sector from over here is like they're bike heavy.
Yeah.
The sector from over here, they're like
That's a really good perspective to
Euro
put that in.
heavy.
Yeah.
There's JDM. There's guys that bought the cars. There's guys that build the cars. There's guys that drive the hell out of cars, can really drive. They're on the track. They do that for a living. There's a pro driver that comes out named Mark Miller.
Yeah.
People like that. And then like for all these backgrounds to come together, that's real. And for all of them to be there to share the common interest, which is cars and good people. And then of course like the street taco vibes, and for them to kind of say admire all the different builds, like going from the old school Chevelle to that racing Lambo that was there with garage cab,
Yeah. That thing was sick.
That thing is my dream Lambo, the Super Trofeo.
Yeah, that
thing
one
is crazy.
That one was epic.
He knows his supercars like back
Yeah.
of his mind.
I like that.
What
I
was
like
your
that car.
thoughts? And I don't even know if you know him personally, and that's how he showed up when Frankie LaPena showed up.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Again, like I don't know how word got out. I think it's just the right people supporting, and when the right people support, they get the word out to more of cool people or things out here in the community.
Well, it's funny to see your posts because it's like, okay, we got 500 likes, we've got 25 comments, and then we've got like 500 shares, like
Yeah.
or 1,000 shares. It's
Yep.
like the share. Usually the likes are the biggest thing, and the shares are like the lowest. But on yours, like the shares are the biggest. Like everybody's reposting it.
Yeah,
Everybody's
I
throwing it on the story.
that's
Like
the love. I was just like, yeah, good for you guys. I'm almost like, good for you guys. This is about everybody. Like we're gonna be on the map, and like all
Oh,
these
yeah.
builds, and like we're all gonna come together and show it off, and like hopefully someone has a place to do it, right? So
Yeah.
to put it out there.
I think if you have the ballpark, you're pretty untouchable. Like you're at
Yeah,
a pretty big point where it's like
I was hoping to but before I get to that, I will say that the Frankie guy showing up, that was pretty dang cool. My kids recognize him. So those are things that I'd love for the future of the show,
Yeah.
for people like that to keep coming out or like to be a part of it. And I'm
Maybe
not
the
looking for you
Hamilton
to say
split
like
will come out.
I'm not looking for a shout out. I'm just looking for like people like him to come out and also have a good time too. That's pretty
Do you know the Hamilton collection?
Yeah, I've seen them on social media.
because they've come here before.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if they like showed up to
Yeah.
your event one day.
yeah, that would be.
They're pretty good friends with Frankie,
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be.
and
that'd
then
be
they're pretty
crazy.
good friends with the Strad man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you know who the Shred Man is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ship 'em all up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But what was that last one that we were going to?
just like you kind of, I feel like you kind of monopolize yourself with having the ballpark, because the pavement is super nice. The entrance for everything is extremely easy to get in and out of. There's multiple different entrances and exits towards like the traffic. You had some complaints last year of like the traffic, but I think you just set yourself up really well to where it's like, who else can compete with you at this level? It's like you're pretty goated.
Yeah, and it wasn't my intention to get to that.
He's
To
so
the ballpark.
humble.
The crazy thing about it,
because
there's no ego with it.
I'm not kidding you guys. Like, this wasn't supposed to be this, and I think that's the beauty of it, right? So like, it's just. But anyways, when I got to the ballpark, anybody that's smart, when they've done something, they know that something's coming. Whether it's an opinion, there's competition, or there's someone that they see it happen. And there's also some people out there that you got to be real with yourself. Like, you're gonna see, and they're like, "Oh, he did that. They did that. I saw this and that. I could do it better." Let me reach out to the ballpark, or I feel like he didn't really capitalize on the ballpark the way I would. So let me reach out to them, see how it's really done, or something like that. And that's normal. You see that everywhere, anything you do.
That's any business.
But so what I did, I started to just after the last show, I was just reaching out LMCU, like, top of mind. I'm being top of mind because I know the inquiries are coming in after the show. So then I just started reaching out, and I just very respectful. I was like, hey, I wanted to follow up. Just want to make sure I get on the calendar for next year, because I know people might want to get on the calendar too. And I just would hate for someone to take the parking lot, and that kind of pushed me to, not necessarily, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to deal with something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it sign a contract with like LMCU Ballpark?
No,
and be like,
nothing
this
like
is my
that.
spot
Nothing like
now.
that too. But I'm like, give me some more time before you take over. Something that I'm just starting out, right? Like, let me have some
Yeah. I
a
feel
spot that like it's going well for me. You know.
Mhm. I think it's going very
That's
well.
completely
for you.
fair.
Yeah.
It's going better than well. It's freaking blowing up. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty sick. I mean, just seeing the posts and the content, like, it was full. Like, you had that lot full.
Yeah.
Like, whatever back lot or whatever it is, it is pretty sick.
Coulter should shoot a video for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put. Yeah, if you guys, like I said, this is a village. Like, if there's people that out there, I'm another person. I'm like, hey, help me out, not pay you or something like that. I want to also respect your craft, and like, if you want to charge me for this, whatever you want to do. But I am gonna start looking for people to like videography and cool videos, just for content, right? So
Coulter or Isaiah.
if we're doing this art, I saw
Yes.
the
Mhm.
Isaiah kid. I've never met him, but like, I definitely one of the guys I'm gonna reach out to and say, hey man, I'd love for you to shoot some videos, help out. Let me know your price.
Speaking of media, I saw on your page you had like the new video announcing the date. It was like an AI video. Who did that for you?
So I'll tell you right now.
That was a pretty cool video. Because you had
That was sick.
the Lambo on there,
That
right?
was Grouch Kep's Lambo, where a version of the Super Trofeo. It looks sick.
Yeah, and then so it's called Superflyer_design on Instagram.
Mhm.
And I was just like on the explore page looking up people that would do flyers. I went out to
Are they local, or is this like somebody?
So this guy's in Dominican Republic.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was a coincidence. I'm Dominican, you guys, but anyways, that was a coincidence. I reached out to him and I was like, oh, great. This would be cool. I'd love to throw him some work if it's good. And I saw his stuff on his page, and he killed it. You could tell that, it could be some AI in there with the design, but I did provide the logo and all that stuff. And whatever he came up with as a technology that he has, I thought it was pretty damn cool.
That was super cool.
And there was like the thing behind it was I wanted a motion flyer just because like the whole thing, the experience, like, from the flyer standpoint,
who
like,
else
you're already
is doing
getting the
one?
experience. Oh, this is cool,
Yeah.
Did you get any like feedback from it that wasn't the best, or?
Yeah, man. So when I posted it, I did not think anyone would kind of like flip over AI or anything like that. Which when I first saw it, I was like, man, that looks like a little bit of AI, but also looks like he had to get some design in there, right, to kind of bring it together like that. And I was just like, oh, cool, this is sick. But then when I posted it, I had a few positive comments, but then some people were like, there's enough time to delete it. You know, if this is AI, there's enough time to delete it.
That's
You know,
so
some
weird to say.
negativity like that. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, the whole stress thing is just like, I'm not here for that.
It's
Yeah.
just
Like,
noise.
This is fun, man. Like, yeah, and then, I block it out. But then, just like anyone, you know, after you work so hard on something, and like you paid your money for it, and for someone to jump after all the positivity, you get on there and someone just like bashes it a little bit. It's like, get out of here.
It does
So I
suck.
responded in a way. I'll be honest. I responded in a way. I deleted it and stuff like that. Not just my response. I responded because someone was like, "Well, post the person who created it then." So I posted them, and after I posted them, I deleted their comments. And I was like, the hell with it. Yeah. It was whatever.
The biggest thing is like, it's just noise. And the biggest thing we'll always say, we gotten hate starting the podcast. I get hate when I do detailing. I'm sure Alex got hate with rivals. If you're not getting hated on, you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
With success and with, you know, cool things and cool opportunities, there's always going to be people that aren't doing as well as you, or people that wish they were in your shoes, or people that wish they could have gone to the show, and they're going to hate. And it's just, it's one of those things like, you know, you're doing something right when you got a couple haters.
That's the reality of it. Yep, definitely. Yep. It definitely comes with opinions. My wife and I talk about it, and she knows that, you know, of course I'm willing to put up the fight. If I ever have to play hardball, you know, like, and protect and like make sure that we're growing and be competitive, I am. Right? We didn't get here for no reason, right? We're having fun with this, but at the same time, like, I want things to turn out well, and then if I need to be competitive, I am gonna be, right. But like, but yeah, so people are always gonna hate, and that's just one thing that you gotta deal with whatever you do. And people that even tell you in your face that it's like, oh yeah, that's great. They're in the back of their head like, how great is it gonna be?
Yeah.
You know? So it is what it is.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You, with the team that's behind it, how many people do you anticipate you'll need to run the next show?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I know for sure. So the taco stands, we're looking at 3 people each.
So 9.
Plus some help.
Mhm.
I'd say some runners. So we look at it like 12 people for the taco stands. And then you have the parking crew.
Yep.
And I'd say we're going to need about 6 walkie-talkies to get people lined up where they need to go. So that's 6. Yeah, that's, what is that, 12, 18 people already?
So it's a full production. It's a full team.
Yeah.
Plus anyone that, you know, steps in and helps on the side, like videographers or whatever. That's a full team.
Yeah.
Are you stopping? I didn't make it to the ballpark one.
Yeah.
I was out of town. But are you stopping into each person or no?
Stopping?
Like if they're gonna drive in, do they stop and talk to someone before, or do they just flow right in?
You kind of start to get directed. My idea now, instead of just like a quick hard point at the entrance and like you go left or right, now there's going to be a flow to the back lot where you're going to be pointed into the spectator parking lot at least twice. But at least you're getting pointed in.
Right.
The way I envision it, right? I don't know if it's going to be perfect, but the way I envision it is like people are going to come in and then they're going to be directed, and hopefully we don't stop it too much, because what we realized last year is that there was traffic on the highway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's traffic building up, and just for the flow of things, it's better to get people moving through as fast as possible and then kind of just talk through the team beforehand and kind of say, these are the things that are being accepted, these are not, these are the categories of cars. So as soon as they're coming in, just make sure that they're being directed that way.
Do you have Grand Rapids police helping you out this year?
Yeah, so the ballpark talked about it. And we are going to have some help.
That's good.
Yeah, so and I'm definitely, I like to go out to them personally and kind of say, hey, I'm having this show.
That's a very good way of doing it.
You know, because
I think too with the with the entrance fee, you know, whatever that's going to be, I feel like that might help weed out not, you know, maybe some of the people that would cause trouble. Like, I don't necessarily think someone that is going to come and like do a burnout and stuff really wants to pay, you know, whatever the entrance fee is, just if they're going to turn around and leave and do, you know, donut or whatever.
There's pros to cons to both for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
It's something to think about, right? It hasn't been an easy decision for me. I think the hardest decision so far with this second show is charging or not. I'll be honest. Just like, I don't want it to stir people away, and then like some people that truly want to show the cars, like, oh no, they're charging, right? But
it could be like different levels of
be,
charging
like you said,
too.
It does kind of control quality. I put it into ChatGPT, the question.
Do you plan on keeping that M3 for a while longer, or do you think you're gonna get something between the time frame of you having a GT3?
Yeah, you know, I have had it for a few years now. There was 1 year it was down. But I don't know. I think that if I were to get another car, I'd keep it still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably add it. No, I don't know. There's some I love it. It's my dream car. And
I do miss my STI. I regret selling it every single day.
ever since I was a kid, I wanted an M3, specifically an M3. And I remember wanting like the E36 body M3.
Yeah,
that was one of the first ones I ever saw, and I thought that was sick. And then I saw the E46. My first car ever was 2002 325 coupe. Oh, it was beautiful car.
How long have you loved BMW for?
Yeah, all my life I've been a BMW guy.
No Audi for you?
No, never.
No.
Nothing. Only BMW. yeah, man. BMW. Oh yeah, but I'm not selling that car. It's a hoot, and now it's really fun to drive. And
What do you think about the Supra?
the Supra?
Because that's basically a BMW, right?
Yep, it is. It's got the BMW engine in there. I don't know, the Supra. I don't know. I'm a BMW guy. So if it has a BMW engine in there, it does look cool. It's just really not my taste.
Yeah.
Not really my taste. If I were to get a Supra, I'd get an older one.
Like a Mark
when
IV?
it goes into the Supra. When you think of a Supra, for someone like me, I'm thinking about like the older one.
Yeah, like Paul Walker's?
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
For one to get me excited would be a Paul Walker one.
I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
The influence, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's the coolest car?
10-second car.
What's the coolest car you've ridden in or driven?
Besides your own.
Besides my own. You know what? When I was a kid, I'll never forget. Someone put me in a Mustang Fox body,
Mm.
and it had big old tires, and it sounded like something just sounded crazy mean. It was a drag car, and I remember like he had the gauges in there, and it was stripped out, and like for a kid to feel power at like 12 years old like that.
It's a different experience.
That's crazy. So I'd say like the best car I've ever been in, not driven, but been in, would be that Mustang Fox body. I don't know how much horsepower it had. All I know is that it sounded like it had a load of horsepower, and it felt like it had a bunch.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just a normal, upgraded car.
Yeah.
It was like, crazy build. And then, I'd say that. What other cars have I driven? Oh, you know what? I did drive the Porsche GT3 RS around the track at the M1 concourse. There was like, what are those people that put it on like supercar exotic events, and you get to rent it out?
Yeah.
You know, you wish you could unleash, right? They tame you out, right? Because
they
they don't want you to crash the car. So that it wasn't as fun from that aspect, but I thought that was pretty cool driving that car around the track. Yeah.
Are you a pretty good driver?
I consider myself so.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite style of driving? You have a BMW. Like, are you like street racing?
Technical.
Technical.
Around the circuit track.
There you go.
I
love it.
The being technical. Like I love being fast too. Don't get me wrong. I love going fast down straight line of the highway. Someone pulls up and they think I'm like, just a couple mods in. It's just like, holy cow, this guy's car is fast. But I love the technical aspect of the circuit.
Finding your line.
Grattan. Like I remember.
Have you raced in there before?
Yep.
With your M3?
With the M3.
Really?
Many times. Yeah.
Your M3's set up for track. Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I mean, the way I've got it right now with the wheels, the suspension, it's
probably my next
running
car.
really well. Yeah, around the track.
Yeah, M3.
You getting an F30 or F80? F80?
What do you think about the G80s?
I love the G80s. I think it's something new. It looks mean when you build it tastefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make that G80 look really mean, and I admire it. I'm still just like I said, the F80 body is my dream.
Mm-hmm. I really want an E92 M3.
E92 is crazy too. That's a hoot.
Yeah, they're not fast, right? The 335s can be built fast.
Yeah.
The V8s, they can be built fast, but there's more like caution with it. But the sound of that motor is insane.
Yeah, it's a driving experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now that we're coming kind of slowly to an end here, is there any motivation coming from a business perspective that you want to tell the viewers?
Yeah, I mean, for motivation in business.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if someone's starting a new business.
Yeah, when someone started a new business,
That's right.
I'd say when you're starting out a new business, you have an idea. What's worked for me, and I'm not going to tell you I built something out of this world, right? But I think that it would work for someone in that position too. Would be when you have an idea, go with it and block out all the noise, and be very, very strict with your vision. Don't let any take in the opinions, right, from people and like listen to what they have to say because it's normal. They're going to give opinions. They want to help you out or this and that. You should do it that way. Have you looked into this? Have you done it this way? But always just go with what you feel is right because no one's going to understand your vision. No one's going to understand what you're thinking. I mean, be very detailed too. Like everything counts. So it's just like, what goes into your post, what goes into your colors, what goes into your branding, your logo, just everything. And then motivation wise, man, like, you got to find out who you're doing it for. I have a family, man. I have a wife. I have a kid. I'm 32. I'm still considered young, but you kind of have to step up, and that's your why.
100%.
And some people, your why could be anything, man. Like, your new car, it could be your why. That's valid enough, right? It just depends on your stage in your life, but. Yeah, man, I'd say that, and always lead by example. People you earn the respect of a lot of people, and you earn a following when you're willing to get your hands dirty. Like thing I'll end it with, like before this, I came out here. I'm not in a sexy business. It's a meat business. I used to work in IT. That was sexy. I wore my suits. I go on a plane and go visit customers. You come here, but everything I learned in IT is people process technology. I apply it to a meat shop, and it's been working well for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that thing that, before I came here, I was literally organizing the meat freezer. There's certain items that we have to keep frozen, and it was just a mess. And I could easily send 2 butchers back there, 3 butchers back there, do the job. But you have a vision of how you want that back room to look. The only way that vision is going to come to life is if you do it first, lead by example, get your hands dirty, get really cold, carry some heavy things out, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? But you have to do it because the first time you do it and you lead by example, then you can teach. And also you can teach. People will listen to you a lot more when you're doing it with them.
Right.
100%.
Just because they feel that. It's just like anyone that wants to be a part of your team, when they see that you are somebody that's capable and knows a lot and it's just like a master of your craft, or you're really well educated in the area that you're in, they're willing to listen. Yeah.
If you're a leader out there,
just have the motivation to
listen to that,
to learn, man. Have the motivation to learn and just like have the knowledge, be a know-it-all. One of the best examples, sorry.
No, you're good.
Question would be like, if you're in school, and you're in a professor's talking, have you ever been in class and there's someone that comes by you and is like, hey man, can I borrow those notes? Or hey man, what did he say? Or hey man, what's the answer to this? Be the person that has all those answers. And I promise you, when you're that person that has all the answers that the other students around you is trying to find out, or they missed those notes, when you're like dedicated or focused enough like that,
yeah,
it's weird, but like things become very easy.
I love it.
Yeah,
that is a great analogy.
I love that.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So that's important.
That's very important. Well, where do you want people to go follow you at?
So at Cars and Tacos GR.
Awesome.
You want to follow me personally? I just have family photos sometimes. My family photos of my M3. No, family photos. My family
photos.
I don't post much. I don't post much.
But Cars and Tacos is the main page.
But Cars and Tacos is something that I do like to kind of put some photos together. I've had a few photographers out there. So shout out to those guys.
Awesome.
Yep. So
perfect, dude. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
And it was some great conversation. You'll probably be back in the future once Cars and Tacos is in Tokyo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it'd be crazy. You guys coming out there with me.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. We'll help you out with that.
Put out a show.
It'll be a whole event. But yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Leave a comment what your favorite taco flavor is.
Oh
That's a
yeah, I
good
like
one.
that.
Oh,
Chicken,
yeah.
chicken or steak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Steak, man.
Steak.
That steak.
Steak's unbeatable.
Steak is
Yeah,
good.
it's so
Yep,
unbeatable.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, peace out.
Deuces.
See ya.